Good morning. Welcome to the first Mythology Friday on Google Classroom. I hope that you're all doing okay at home and adjusting to this new reality for the time being. It's definitely a challenge. It's a little scary. It's also exciting to see what we can do together as a learning community, keeping learning going, keeping communication going. And this week was definitely a trial period, and I hope that you all were able to kind of see my way of organizing things. Monday is mottos, Tuesday vocab, Wednesday grammar and translation, Thursday culture, Friday mythology. And I want to give you about 30 minutes of work per day, maybe 40, 45 at the most. I have the due date as the end of the school day, but that's definitely flexible. If you can get it in the day that I assign it, that would be great by early evening, so that I can start working on seeing who did it and how I can help with suggestions and corrections. And I will aim to get those back to you within about 24 to 48 hours. So let's talk about a myth that applies to kind of what's going on today. Today's myth is going to be about Pandora. Now, I know a lot of us have talked about Pandora, but we have not talked about it in this new cultural event we find ourselves in right now. So I will tell the story as if you haven't heard it, and then I'm going to ask you to do a little reflection on it. The story goes that a Titan god, Epimetheus, had been asked by the Olympian gods to, particularly Zeus, to create animals to inhabit the world. And he did that. Then his brother, Prometheus, was asked to create one more creature. Epimetheus had run out of ideas, and he didn't have many tools left or material left to work with, like claws or fur or fangs or scales that would be on a reptile, anything like that was all used up. So Prometheus didn't have much to work with, but he came up with this great idea of a creature that would stand up on two legs and have a mind beyond the others. So he created humans. Now, Prometheus creates humans, but he wants to give them something special, something that would make them more capable than all the other animals that Epimetheus had made. So Prometheus goes up to Mount Olympus and has dinner with the Olympian gods, and while he's there, he steals a little bit of this thing called fire, which is simply and only reserved for the gods on Olympus. Because, of course, fire is always reaching up to get back home to Olympus, way up there in the clouds. So he takes a little bit of fire in a fennel stalk, so a stalk of this vegetable called fennel, and he takes the stalk, which is hollowed out, kind of like if you think about bamboo being hollowed out, and then he puts the flame in there and carries it away. He gives it to humans down on Earth, the humans that he had created. And the humans go crazy with the fire. They use it for so many things, right? We've talked about this in some of our classes. They use it to heat their homes. They use it to cook food. They use it to light the darkness when the sun goes down, and that makes them capable of living in the dark, of having a life once the sun goes down, a productive life. It gives them the ability to melt down metals and to cast metal into weapons, so on and so on. So Zeus finds out what Prometheus had done, and he gets really angry at Prometheus. So, especially because Zeus is now afraid that the humans are going to become gods through having this godly element of fire. So Zeus punishes Prometheus, and he punishes the humans for having fire. So what he does with Prometheus is he chains him to rocks like a cliff face, and he has he sends an eagle, which represents Zeus, down every day to peck out Prometheus's liver. All day long, he's tortured by having the beak of this bird peck away at his skin and rip out his liver. Terrible, horrible torture. The humans are punished by getting this gift, but it's kind of not really a gift, or is it? We'll think about that. But the gods create the first woman, and they give the woman named Pandora all kinds of enticing attributes or qualities. Like Athena gives her wisdom, and another god gives her curiosity, and another goddess, Aphrodite, gives her beauty. And all the gods add some kind of gift. Hermes would give her trickery, right? And so she has all these skills and qualities from all these different gods, and they send her down to be the most enticing thing possible for the humans. Essentially, Zeus wants to distract the humans from making war on him with this new creature called woman. So they send Pandora, this beautiful creature, down to be Epimetheus's bride. And as a wedding gift, the gods send a big present, a big wedding gift wrapped up nice and shiny. But they tell Pandora and Epimetheus that this gift cannot be opened until we say so. So Pandora is left to be at home while Epimetheus is out doing his man's work. Pandora is home, pretty much staring at this gleaming present with a bow wrapped around it, wondering what the heck is in there. And day after day, her curiosity gets more and more, and she finally can't bear it anymore, and she opens the box, thinking it's going to be a wedding gift. But what came out was essentially it was like a weapon of mass destruction that the gods had sent down to take out the humans. She opens the box, thinking she's going to find a nice wedding gift in there, and all of a sudden this black cloud spews out, and the cloud just races up into the sky and wraps itself around the whole world. It carries with it every evil and bad thing. The box has now let all bad things into a world which used to be all good, including disease, including fear, including robbery, murder, you name it. Every bad thing out there came out of this box. So now the world is totally different. I'm going to repeat that fear and disease come out of that box. After everything bad comes out of that box, Pandora looks inside and sees that one thing remains. Only one thing remains in the box. Down in that box is a thing that never comes out, stays in the box, and it's called hope. Hope remains in the box. To this day, hope remains in the box. So, with that being said, that's our story. And now I want you to reflect on it and compare the story to what's going on with the coronavirus. The spread of a virus that is harmful, causes fear, panic, disease, and all kinds of negative things. So think about that and think about hope being in the box. And so I want you to react in red in your, see, red pens. Red pens will never die. Take your red pen and react in your mythology section of your notebook to the myth. But I want you to react specifically to comparing this to what's going on right now. And then when you're done writing, select maybe one line or two ideas and place them in the comments on Google Classroom under this video posting. So I think this will be a good reflection for us all. And I'm looking forward to seeing your comments and I hope you have a good weekend. Take some time to reflect on what happened this week and how you can structure your days coming for next week and be more productive. And also take care of yourself and your families. All right, everybody, I miss you. I miss teaching in the classroom. And thanks for your attention this morning.